Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum has again failed at least yet to follow through on a trade setup. It has failed to push higher so far. We still haven't really broken above that 1373 level. And you know, it just means waiting at the moment in the crypto market. I know it's hard. I know a lot of people get frustrated. I can fully understand that. It takes a long time for me to get frustrated, but you know, after a while it just gets boring here, which, you know, because you don't really get anything out of this, right? Yes, if you're a range trader, you can trade a range, of course you can, but the point is you want to get something done. You want to get some progress in the chart, and if we don't see the progress, a lot of people get frustrated, a lot of people are leaving the market, a lot of people get bored, and that's where we are in a situation like that, where we've had sideways movement since the 19th of September. Awful. I mean, nearly 3 weeks, or we actually had 3 weeks now. Yeah, it is very boring. So let's take a look at where we are here. We're still waiting now for Ethereum to follow through. So at the moment, the assumption is that we will push a bit higher. There's a couple of ways how this can be counted from an Elliott Wave point of view. Short term, they do point to the upside, for me, they're at least the most likely ones. And they do that as long as we're holding above the 1317 level. So we're quite close to that level now, but the 1317 level is for me the important one. If we break below this, then we are probably coming down straight away. So at the moment, my understanding is that we've come into this green area, not in this count. 1 second, so that there will be one more low. That is still the expectation, that we're currently in a wave 4, and in the wave 4 we have choppy price action, so it shows us that is probably a corrective wave pattern and that we are just in this fourth wave. And to be honest, one of the ideal targets for that fourth wave is the 1450 level, so wouldn't be surprised to actually get to that level. To do that, we need to break above 1400 first. And we need to hold, obviously, the 1317 level. So the assumption is that this here is a WXY pattern in the wave 4, WX. We're now in the Y wave. In the Y wave, we've got A, B, and C. We're in the wave C of the Y. And the wave C is a 5-wave move. And this is where we are at the moment. So we've done probably a wave 1. We've probably done a wave 2. And we're now waiting here for follow through. And waiting for follow through in wave 3. Now it should really push if this is a wave 3. It needs to do something if it is supposed to be a wave 3. And then the target for that would, let me just do that as well. For that third wave, target would already take us into the region, well, at least 1421 to be honest. The 1 second. Yeah, the 1-to-1 ratio here, and maybe even higher. So that would sort of be the minimum, 1422, the 1-to-1 ratio, ideally higher in a wave 3. Okay, but that is what I would expect to see, higher prices whilst holding 1317. To be fair, this will already get unlikely if we drop below 1330, because then we drop below the 78.6% FIB level. Now, one thing I can imagine we did is that this here was just a wave B, a corrective wave B, that we indeed are doing something like this, that we had an overshooting wave B. So there's something we need to keep on the radar. You know, these are unlikely, but I think Matic did something similar. So if we go to the 1 hour chart, you can actually see that this is a nice 3-wave move to the upside, isn't it? So it could very well be that wave 2 was never finished, that this here was just a wave A, this a B, and the wave C is still following through. Now in that scenario we would go briefly below 1317. So let's see if that is something that's going to happen. Because then we would be already in the wave C down. Now that should be quite an impulsive sell-off, and then we will drop below 1317. So and then, you know, if this overall then is a 3-wave move, then wave 2 will reset lower. That is certainly a possibility. At the moment, not my primary one though, because an overshooting wave B is, let's say, not too rare, but it's not the it's not the usual outcome. So let's see how this is going to play out. Also, it's holding quite well actually for this to be an overshooting wave B. So normally you would expect then quite a strong sell-off, and if you have an overshooting wave B, you would expect this move down to be a 3-wave move as well. It's not that clear to me that it's a 3-wave move. Could also be a 5-wave move. So you would expect in an expanded flat, in an overshooting wave B scenario, a 3-3-5 pattern. So at the moment I don't see that emerging yet. But again, the focus remains as long as above 13.17 on higher. Now there is another count that is possible that I do see as well as very likely, and it would just entail me to it would mean I have to move that wave X over here, and then we just change the sub waves. Yeah, I think that fits actually a bit better also with what Bitcoin is doing, what ADA is doing, and we would say that this was a wave A, this was the wave B is still ongoing, and the wave C is still following the wave C of Y. And then you probably know what's coming. We have this triangle pattern here that other coins are doing as well, where we say this was an A, here a B, and the C is probably still unfolding. There will be a D and E. Again, boring sideways movement happens at the moment across the markets. Also the silver price I looked at yesterday on my second channel, More Trading Online. Here also we have a triangle probably, yeah, which however should, if this is the correct wave count, eventually break to the upside, but it means it could carry on a few days like that. Yeah, I warned you already a few days ago that this could all morph into a triangle. Now, not all of it morphed into a triangle. Well, to be fair, all of this could also be a massive triangle. The whole thing, possible. Yeah, possible. Because we are not making lower lows and we're not making higher highs at the moment. So, and then eventually this will also push higher. But again, for this as well, the 13.17 level is the invalidation point, because if we drop below that, we drop below the low of the wave A, and if that happens, the triangle is, not happening anymore, right? So to be fair, I think I'm gonna leave this on the chart. The other one, I don't like that much because of the overshooting wave B, so I think the triangle is actually a very likely option, also considering what other coins are doing. And then we should also push a bit higher. We defined yesterday here sort of targets around 1450, maybe even 1540, depending on how high we really go, and if we break a certain level. But for now we go with the flow here and wait for a breakout of the triangle. A good signal would be in the end if we see to the upside the break of the wave B, that would be confirmation, and to the downside the 13.17 level broken. So, and that is still what we're waiting for. I am currently speculating short term for some upside and then to come down again. And then, however, to reverse overall in this area after finishing this wave 5, off C, off 2, and then to move up in a wave 3. That is sort of my roadmap here. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.